Virgo, welcome to your weekly sidereal forecast for September 14th through the 20th. My name is Athen. So that solar eclipse was in your 12th house last weekend, and now the energy this week is going to start shifting into your first, if it hasn't already. I mean, you guys have had your ruler in the first house, which is about those goals and drives about yourself, perhaps thinking about your self-image, going after the things you want in life. But it had, this whole next 6 months is very much about spirituality now. It's more about, do you enjoy what you're doing? Is it meaningful to you on that deeper level? How can you have more, simple presence and simple enjoyment of what you're involved with in life on, not on the sensual level, but of the, is it emotionally satisfying to you? That kind of thing. And I'm getting that alone time and rest. And that's what this solar eclipse is about. So a lot of you will be feeling that energy move forward now in regards to these new beginnings involving that 12th house. And this week is quite important for you. The sun shifts into that first house on Thursday when Mercury goes retrograde. So Thursday, as you can see here in the transit graph, there's actually a lot of things shifting around this Thursday time period, prompting a reflection. Because now with your ruler retrograde, as it does 3 times a year, you're used to this, inner process. You're used to this. It happens quite a bit. So it's just now for the next few weeks, reflecting on self, reflecting on even your career, which is always a big deal for you Virgos with Mercury retrograde, since Mercury rules your 10th house. And redo, restructure, be open to redoing who you are, thinking about what you're accomplishing, where you're going in life, your path, and all of that. And maybe in regards to the career stuff too. And the more open you are to experiment and kind of redo those areas and rework them, then you can learn a tremendous amount during a Mercury retrograde. You can actually accomplish quite a bit in the first house about pursuing your goals and things. But it's all about learning about energy levels, getting your body moving, exercising perhaps, which is a very important aspect of life, which is the first house also. And how you can assert yourself a little bit more clearly sometimes. That's communication aspect perhaps, and maybe at work. So those are the kinds of areas that are going into a reflection. And with the sun going into the first, there is still a lot of energy on the self. And I think with the sun in the first, there's this illumination, more clarity. The sun's going to be here for the next about month and a half. And we do have some aspects with the North Node this week. Saturn will be sextiling up to that North Node, heralding a time period now where you can certainly continue with and maybe even wrap up and finish a lot of these things that you have been working on over the past couple of years involving these ambitions of yours, or whatever else you've been focused on. So that's going to be an energy. And let's go and look at this early part of the week. Mercury sextiles up to Venus up until that Thursday time period. So you guys should be feeling the dose of Venus here this first half of the week. Quite lively, quite easy energy. Again, perhaps it's from that rest and relaxation and things like that, working behind the scenes, which is Venus in that 12th house. You can certainly enjoy all of that. And that can be an easy energy to work with. Maybe even some philosophy. Maybe the financial stuff could be quite enjoyable, or the simple pleasures could be enjoyable. It's just an opening for that. Depends on your personal charts. But Venus sextiling your ruler is quite nice. Then after that Thursday pivotal point, that's when Jupiter poses up to Neptune. So here, this is a general energy, and it's very important here. Jupiter, who's been expanding your spiritual sector. You guys have been probably, on some level or another, really opening your spiritual horizons. And so now Jupiter posing up to Neptune this week. It's very important to stay grounded, not to go to any extremes, especially with matters relating to your relationships or matters relating to your home and family, since Jupiter rules your 4th and 7th. And but there's visions. There's visions coming in. That's what this is all about. And when you're staying grounded with those visions, you have those sort of ideals. You can make them into a reality because Jupiter's expanding and is creating possibilities, but only when you're applying it, only when you're actually converting it into that reality. So so with things relating to your relationships, it's enjoying them. They can be compassionate. Having that faith and trust in your relationships this week can go a long way, especially involving anything around family or home or your past, your emotional body. And it could be a very spiritual time for you with this kind of aspect. And it's all happening in the area of spirituality and of your daily activities. So having that time out, with all of this stuff that you may have been working on over the past couple of years, involving the importance of rest, the importance of presence in your daily sphere, can be implemented, and it would be very nice to implement this week with that. So that's going to be very important. But I think for you, Virgos, the high point is going to be the fact that you're going to feel that slowing down of energy midweek and then retrograde period to reflect on things, understand more about self, search yourself, express yourself if you haven't already been, but treating it as a learning process and balancing, whatever it is you might be involved with on a daily level with that alone time, spiritual time, and expanding your horizons on that level. So Virgo, have a good week. If you guys have any questions, please do let me know. Thanks for watching. If you're new to Sidereal Astrology, do check the description down below for more information because your sign might be different. And I'll see you all next time. Take care.